الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everyone's doing good. So we're gonna get started. So just to refresh your memories, we are reading Surah Al-Baqarah and we're translating and doing Tafseer of Surah Al-Baqarah. And yesterday, I believe we finished at ayat number 127. Is that right? Yes. So we finished at ayat number 127, and the last few ayats which we've been reading last few days. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah Ta'ala is talking about Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. So we know who he is. We talked about some basic information about him, and there's much more detail on Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam in other surahs as well. So when we go there, we will cover those inshallah as well. So in these few ayats which we read, the very last few ayats, Allah Ta'ala is saying that Allah Ta'ala asked Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Ismail alayhi salam to build the house of Allah Ta'ala, which is Makkah Muazzama in Saudi Arabia. So when they were doing that, they did some du'as to Allah Ta'ala, and one of the biggest dua was, oh Allah, give a prophet, have a prophet from our zuriyah, have a prophet from our generation, the one who can guide people. So who could be the greatest of all? So that dua was accepted, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was from Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam. So he was from the generation of Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam's son Ismail alayhi salam, and from his son. So Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam and Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam are the great grand forefathers of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that dua was accepted. So that's where we finished. That's where we finished yesterday. So let's continue from ayat number 128. So Ayan, go ahead, beta Ayan. Read ayat 128.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا واجعلنا مسلمين لك ومن ذريتنا أمة مسلمة لك وأرنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Our Lord, make us submit, i.e. Muslim,
Submissive,
i.e. Muslim to you, and from our offspring a community submissive
yes,
to you, and show us our ways to worship and turn to us in mercy. Indeed, you alone are the oft returning, the most merciful.
good. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا واجعلنا مسلمين لك ومن ذريتنا أمة مسلمة لك وأرنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. So their dua continues. The dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Ismail alayhi salam continues in this ayat as well. And the dua that says, "Our Lord, and make us both submissive to you, and from our offspring a community submissive to you, and show us the ways of worship, and show us our ways of worship, and turn to us. Indeed, you are the oft returning, the most merciful." So they're saying to Allah Ta'ala, "Oh Allah Ta'ala, make us submissive. Make us Muslimin." Muslimin is for two people. So that they both are saying Muslimin, make both of us Muslimin. Muslimin like Muslim. So make us Muslim, and see the definition and the translation of the word Muslim is submissive. So a Muslim is the one who is submissive to Allah Ta'ala, who is submissive to God. So the Muslim is the one who is submissive. Submissive means who submits himself, to do whatever is being asked to do. So they're saying, Allah Ta'ala, make us Muslimin, meaning submissive to you, and from our offspring, meaning from our generation, from our children, a community submissive to you. So make our children, from our children, make a big community, like meaning majority of them make Muslim as well. وَأَرِنَا مَنَاسِكَنَا وَتُبْ عَلَيْنَا, and show us our ways of worship and turn to us. And show us our ways of worship and show us how should we worship you. So these prophets, they know the fact that Allah Ta'ala has given us life for one purpose, and that one purpose is that we do worship to Allah Ta'ala. So they are asking Allah Ta'ala, show us how should we worship to you. Show us what is a good way so we worship to you, so you become happy from us. So they say, show us the way, meaning give us the laws of Islam, the laws which we need to follow, meaning the guidance. What should we do every day? What should we read? What should we do in our daily lives so we can earn the Jannah? So we can be someone whom you love. So they're saying, show us the way so we can do the worship the right way. And indeed, you are the of returning, the most merciful. And they know that indeed we're gonna be returned back to you. Meaning we all gonna die, and when we die, we're gonna come back to you, and we will be answerable of our acts. So show us, tell us what acts you absolutely love, so we can do that, and you can have mercy on us, because only with your mercy we can go back to Jannah. So it's a beautiful dua which they're doing. So we need to know that, that in their dua, we are included. They're talking about us as well, because they're saying from our offspring, make a community which is submissive. Meaning from our offspring, make someone who are Muslim. So we are of their offspring. We are a Muslim. All the Muslims are their offspring. So we, alhamdulillah, should be happy of that, and we should strive more to do better, because we are mentioned in this dua. The dua Allah Ta'ala accepted, and Allah Ta'ala made a big community Muslim. Alhamdulillah, we are Muslim as well. So it's been referred. We are referred here as well. Yes, Akbar, you have a question? Huh? Speaker bolo.
Like if Jannah right, we can't like go through walls and through roofs and through TVs and like stuff.
I don't understand the question. Rida, do you understand what he's saying? What is he asking?
In Jannah, I mean, he said in the world you can go through walls, through roofs, through the TVs, but in Jannah you can.
Yes, in Jannat, beta, you can. In Jannat, you have all the powers, right? In this world, right now, you can see what's front of you, right? You can see what's right, what's left, but I cannot see what's behind me. In Jannat, I can see that. I cannot see, right now, I cannot see what's going to happen to me after 1 hour, right? Because there is the time, the time has a curtain on me. I don't know what's going to happen to me after 1 hour. In Jannat, I will already know what's going to happen to me. In general, I can see what's behind me. So everything which is hidden in this world will be obvious. So you can do all those things. Right now, you don't know what's beyond this roof, right? You cannot see what's above this roof. But in Jannat, you'll be able to see everything, because you will have much more knowledge, much more power. Okay? Okay, let's continue. Sarah, read next ayat, beta.
Okay. Ayat 128.
129. So starts after 128.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا وابعث فيهم رسولا منهم تتلو عليهم آياتك ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة في فيزكيهم إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم. And the definition is, our Lord raise up their midst a messenger who will recite them your verses and teach them the book and wisdom and purify them. Indeed, you alone are Almighty, the All-Wise.
Yes, so we actually read these ayats yesterday as well. We finished at 131, so I don't know why we got confused. So I'm going to go continue. I'm going to read these two ayats and briefly explain, then we continue. So I'm going to read ayat of this one and ayat 30 and 31 and just translate just to refresh our memories, then we continue from there. فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا وابعث فيهم رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياتك ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة ويزكيهم إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم. So the dua continues and they say, oh Allah Ta'ala, you raise a prophet, meaning send a prophet from our generation who can recite to the people the verses of the Quran, verses of the book which you give them, so he can and he can tell the people, he can guide the people with the wisdom of the book and purify them, meaning take them, make them good Muslims. And indeed, you are Almighty and all wise, meaning you have all the knowledge. So send a prophet who can guide us to how we should do worship and bring people towards guidance. وَمَنْ يَرْغَبُ عَنْ مِلَّةِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ إِلَّا مَنْ سَفِهَ نَفْسَهُ وَلَقَدِ اصْطَفَيْنَاهُ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَإِنَّهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ لَمِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ. And who will turn away from Ibrahim's religion except who fooled himself? And indeed we choose him in the world, and indeed he in the hereafter surely will be among the righteous. So Allah Ta'ala said, Allah Ta'ala told Ibrahim alayhi salam that I'm going to make you imam of all the people. So all the religions in this world, they do believe Ibrahim. They all say that we are following the way of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So Allah Ta'ala is saying that if they're saying they're following the way of Ibrahim alayhi salam was a Muslim. He said that in dua, he's a Muslim, that these people are fool, that they don't want to accept Islam. They don't want to become Muslim. They say that we are following Ibrahim alayhi salam, but they are not really following because he was a Muslim and they are not Muslim. So whoever is saying that, even though the religion say that we are on the way of Ibrahim alayhi salam, but way of Ibrahim alayhi salam was to be a true Muslim. So Allah is saying that these people are fool to say that we believe Ibrahim alayhi salam is a prophet, but they still don't follow him. So it's all إذ قال له ربه أسلم قال أسلمت لرب العالمين. When said to him his Lord, submit yourself, he said, I have submitted myself to the Lord of the world. So when Allah Ta'ala asked Ibrahim alayhi salam that are you gonna submit yourself, meaning are you gonna be a true Muslim? And he said, yes, I will be submitting to the Lord of this world, meaning to you, to Allah Ta'ala. So he accepted. So Allah Ta'ala is reminding us that he was a true Muslim, and whenever he was asked for a test to be a Muslim, he fulfilled his duty. So this is where we finished yesterday, actually, ayat number 131. So ayat 132. Go ahead, Rida, read.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ووصى بها إبراهيم بنيه ويعقوب يا بني إن الله اصطفى لكم الدين فلا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. And the definition is, and Ibrahim enjoyed upon his Yaqub saying, "Oh my son, believe Allah has told for you the true religion, so do not die." One second. I can't say the other thing.
Do not die except
Except I can't see
except while
except while you are submissive thing.
ووصى بها إبراهيم بنيه ويعقوب يا بني إن الله اصطفى لكم الدين فلا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. And enjoined it Ibrahim, and Ibrahim enjoined upon his sons, and so did Yaqub, saying, "O my sons, indeed Allah has chosen for you the true religion. So do not die except while you are submissive to him." So Allah Ta'ala is saying Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Yaqub alayhi salam, they both asked their sons. So we know who's the son of Ibrahim alayhi salam. We know two sons of Ibrahim alayhi salam so far. Allah Ta'ala says Allah Ta'ala gave Ibrahim alayhi salam two sons, and their name, which we, in the previous ayahs, were Ishaq alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam. And so from Ishaq alayhi salam, Ishaq alayhi salam has a son called Yaqub alayhi salam. So they all were prophets. And then Yaqub alayhi salam had 12 sons, and one of the sons was Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam. Remember Rida? So Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam's son, who was Yusuf alayhi salam. So Yusuf alayhi salam's father was Yaqub alayhi salam. Yaqub alayhi salam's father was Ishaq alayhi salam. Ishaq alayhi salam's father was Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. So Ibrahim alayhi salam told his son, both Yaqub Ishaq alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam, that do not die until you are Muslim. Meaning you have to live your life as a Muslim. We don't know when you're gonna die. So they're saying that you better stay on Islam. So when you die as Muslim. So same thing, Yaqub alayhi salam tells his son, his 12 sons, "O my son, indeed Allah has chosen for you the true religion, which is Islam. You need to stay on that religion. You need to stay firm on that religion, and you don't die." Meaning you don't die on any other religion, meaning don't convert to any other religion, because you don't know when you're gonna die. So when we die, whatever condition we die, same condition we're gonna be raised up at the day of judgment. So if we die as a good Muslim on the day of judgment, we will be in the same condition. We'll be raised up as a good Muslim. If we die as a bad Muslim, we'll be raised up on the day of judgment as a bad Muslim. So it's gonna be difficult for us to answer our situation, answer Allah Ta'ala. Yes, Rida.
So did Prophet Nuh also say that he is not Muslim?
Prophet Nuh alayhi salam did say to his non-Muslim son that he needs to become Muslim, but he did not listen to him. He didn't listen to him. He said, "No, I don't want to, because I'm going to follow the leaders of this nation, and those leaders were against Islam. So he wanted to stick with them."
And so like Prophet Yaqub's son died.
Yes.
Did they become Muslim?
Yeah, they all were Muslims. So they all Muslims. So that's where all the 12 sons are called Bani Israel. Remember, Israel is the nickname of Yaqub alayhi salam, and Bani means sons. So sons of Israel, sons of Yaqub, they all were Muslim. Yes. We don't know how good they were, but they were all Muslims. So we don't know how they died, but they were Muslims. But we know that from their children, they were not good Muslims. After Yaqub alayhi salam died, and after his sons died, probably their children were not good Muslims, and there were a lot of prophets being sent. Allah Ta'ala sent almost 100,000 prophets in them. So they were denying all these prophets. They killed many prophets. Obviously, many of them were not good. Okay. Next ayat. Umar, go ahead. Yes, Umar.
Is it Ayat 133?
Yes.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أم كنتم شهداء إذ حضر يعقوب الموت إذ قال لبنيه ما تعبدون من بعدي قالوا نعبد إلهك وإله آبائك إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق إلها واحدا ونحن له مسلمون. And the definition is, or were you witnesses when death came to Yaqub when he said to his sons, what will you worship after me? They said, we will worship your God, the God of your forefathers, Ibrahim and Ismail and Ishaq, one God, and we are submissive to him.
Good. Yes, Ayan, you have a question?
Yeah, what about you don't die as a Muslim, but you're, for example, what about you don't die as a Muslim, but you're a Christian, but you're like a really good religious Christian and who is a good Christian who feeds the homeless people and stuff like that?
Yes, beta. So if you die as a non-Muslim, so Allah Ta'ala has made this, Allah Ta'ala, whoever dies as a non-Muslim cannot enter Jannah. So Allah Ta'ala, to enter Jannat, there is a one condition. The biggest condition to enter Jannat is that you have to be Muslim. You have to be Muslim and you have to die as Muslim. So the one who is not a Muslim, he can never, ever enter Jannat. But if you are a Muslim and you are a bad Muslim, you die. You went at the day of judgment, you will be asked about your deeds. And if your deeds are not good, you will not enter Jannat. You will go to Jahannam like non-Muslims. But after staying in Jahannam, we don't know for how long, Allah Ta'ala will bring us, Allah Ta'ala bring Muslims out of Jahannam and bring in Jannat. But for the one who die as non-Muslim, he will never be able to come out of the Jahannam. So it does not matter how good a non-Muslim is, he's feeding people, he's giving millions in charity, he is doing all the good deeds. If he is not a Muslim, he does not die as a Muslim, he will not enter Jannah.
What about the babies? Like, what about babies?
Children who are not to the legal age, they will go to Jannah because they did not get the time in this world to learn about Islam. If they are born in a non-Muslim house, their parents are non-Muslim, that's all they know, and they die at the age where they're not understanding what is a true religion. If they die at that age, they will go to Jannah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Rida.
So what if you die as a teenager?
Huh?
What if you die as a teenager, like an 18-year-old? Because you have to be like 18-year-olds to do lots of stuff and stuff. So what if you die as a 18-year-old and your parents are non-Muslim? Would you go to hellfire?
Yeah, if you die, the legal age in Islam does not mean the legal age what is in this country. The legal age in Islam is the age of purity, meaning when you grow up. So whenever you grow up, you know that Allah Ta'ala knows that your senses are working and you are a grown-up person. It could be 15, could be 14 for someone, could be 19 for someone, could be 13 for someone, could be 20 for someone. So everyone has different state of mind, right? In this country, the legal age is 18, obviously, because you get license and all that. But for in Islam, the legal age is an age in which you have your good senses. So it's different for everyone. Okay.
How do you know when is your legal age?
You will know when you become legal, when you grow up, beta. Yeah, you will know, inshallah. Everyone will find out. I mean, more than anyone else, you will know yourself that you're a grown-up man now.
Okay.
Inshallah. Okay. So let's continue. So in this ayat, which
I have a question.
yes, Umar.
Is being a YouTuber haram?
It depends what are you doing on YouTube. If we are doing good things on YouTube for the sake of Allah, for the sake of humanity, to spread good things, it's sawab, it's better. But if we are doing YouTube for to spread music, to spread haram things, to spread things which are not legal, it's haram obviously. So everything has a plus and minus. Like driving a car is halal or haram. If you're driving the car for a good purpose, obviously you get benefit. If you're driving the car for a bad purpose, you're driving to go to a bad place, is not good. So everything has good and bad. It depends on what purpose you're getting out of it.
But you said, and you last time, I said, what about you know how it's haram to listen to like random people spreading messages about Islam, like for example on YouTube. So wouldn't that be haram? Because if you're spreading Islamic messages, but it's haram to listen to the videos because it might be fake.
Well, I mean, the thing is, some things might be fake, some things might not be fake. So we don't know. So we should always, our best source is to read books. Best source is the Quran. So best source is to read Quran, try to understand the Quran, because on online or on social media, many people will spread the things which is not correct. And for an average person, for a child, it's going to be difficult to evaluate if it is really good or not. So whenever you read something, it's better that you ask someone who has knowledge, and an Islamic scholar or someone that if this topic is valid or not. So it's the best source of learning. Obviously, is still books. It's still books which are authentic. And if you're reading something from online, you should always consult someone who has the knowledge that what I'm reading is authentic or not.
Like, is YouTubing PlayStation haram, or is it fine?
As long as if the playing games, playing PlayStation, playing anything, as long as you're not playing which is of bad nature, and you're not playing to an extent that playing is taking your time, that you're not doing the things which Allah Ta'ala asks us. Allah Ta'ala asks us that we need to do namaz, we need to do ibadah of Allah Ta'ala. If those things are becoming hurdle in that, it's haram. Any such activity, if you're taking that activity just to refresh yourself for limited time, you're disciplined that you're going to play 30, 40, 50 minutes, and you're not going to waste your time. You're not going to postpone your namaz. You're not going to disobey your parents because of playing game. If that thing is not happening, it's okay. But if you're playing game and your mom or your father is asking you to do something and you're too much distracted with that, you don't want to listen to them, yes, then it's haram.
But what about, so does that mean you said you have to play halal games? So does that mean so I play GTA 5, and yeah, you shoot and kill a lot of people. So does that mean that's haram?
It is. It is not good. So that there's a lot of violence. There's a lot of violence in that, and may Allah forgive us. That's something not good. So it's not the game halal or haram. The biggest thing is what you're getting out of it. If you're getting out of it which is not good, and you're wasting time, a valuable time, then it is haram. But if you're just watching it, playing it, just for a fun activity for a little bit of time, that's okay. But if you're playing it in a sense that you're really trying to adopt that, or you're wasting time in a sense that you're ignoring the things which are compulsory for you, then it's totally haram. Okay. Yes, Rida.
movies, like prophets movie, right? Is it wrong because you can't draw prophet's face no matter what?
Yes, so you cannot draw prophets or anyone. You cannot. That's very disrespectful for prophets and all that. So it's not allowed, but it's okay to see it as long as your purpose is to learn it. If you want to do it as for a learning purpose and you're watching something which you know is authentic, it's not against what they did. It's okay, but obviously watching movies and all that is not allowed, because anything which wastes time. So you have to have a formula that anything which wastes time, because time is very valuable. You only get one life. This time is very valuable, so you need to make your time worthwhile. You need to do the things which are most which you are commanded by Allah.
Especially for animals because they only have one life.
Yes. Okay, let's come back to this ayat which Umar just read. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أم كنتم شهداء إذ حضر يعقوب الموت إذ قال لبنيه ما تعبدون من بعدي قالوا نعبد إلهك وإله آبائك إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق إله واحد ونحن له مسلمون. So Allah says, or were you witness when death came to Yaqub, when he said to his sons, what will you worship after me? They said, we will worship your God and the God of your forefathers, Ibrahim and Ismail and Ishaq. One God, and we are submissive to him. So Allah Ta'ala is talking to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and asking him that, did you witness? So this is just a way of saying of Allah Ta'ala, a way of saying to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that a way of telling Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that, did you witness? Obviously he did not witness, he wasn't there. And so Allah Ta'ala is saying that when death came to Yaqub alayhi salam, he said to his sons, he said to his 12 sons, that what will you worship? Meaning, what will you worship after me? After I die, what are you gonna worship? They said, we will worship your God. They said, we will worship the Allah which you worship, and the God of your forefathers. Who is forefathers of Yaqub alayhi salam? His forefathers are Ishaq alayhi salam and Ibrahim alayhi salam, right? So they said, we will worship the God which you worship, the God your father worship, the God your forefather worship, and we will worship that. And then Ismail and the God of Ismail, the God of Ibrahim, the God of Ishaq, the one God, and we will stay as Muslim, meaning we will always be Muslim. So Rida, this answers your question. So the Yaqub alayhi salam sons, all of them were Muslim because they admitted to his father when he was dying. They told him that we will stay Muslim. So Allah Ta'ala is saying this thing because later on, from Bani Israel, from his sons, from his children, they become non-Muslim. So Allah Ta'ala is telling them that how come you are non-Muslim when your forefathers made a covenant, they did an ahad, they did a promise to their father that we will stay as Muslims. So they were submissive, they were Muslims, and you are not. So how come you are saying that we are following the religion of our forefathers when your forefathers were Muslim and they made this promise with their father Yaqub when he was dying? Okay? Yes, Ayan, you have a question?
Yeah, what about those songs about like the prophets and Madinah and stuff like that, like the religious songs? Are those haram because they're basically categorized in songs?
No, they're not categories in songs. You're talking about naats and hams. So if it's a naat and hamd is the one which praises Allah Ta'ala, and naat is the one which praises Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If it is a song, if it is a singing like naat, which is praising Prophet and praising Allah Ta'ala, a hamd, and it does not have the music which are haram, it's okay. Those are jais. That's fine. So there are few instruments which are allowed in Islam. So if those are done on those musics, that's fine. And there's nothing else besides talking about Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, his life, and praising him. They are okay. Those are not in songs category.
Also, I think I followed you on TikTok.
Okay, good. Because I randomly I sometimes put some Qurani ayats, some hadiths, and some things of wisdom for Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So it's good. I'll be doing more inshallah. But I just thought maybe it's a good way to spread some good things. Okay, so any question anyone have on this ayat which we read? Because this is very important, because Allah Ta'ala Allah Ta'ala keeps on telling about Bani Israel that how they were saying that we are on the religion of our forefathers. But when their forefather was dying, they took a covenant from their sons, and they all accepted. They all said we'll be Muslims. So Allah Ta'ala is just proving a point that they are doing something. They're saying it, but they're not doing it right. They don't meaning exactly. Exactly. Okay, next ayat. Okay, who's left? Okay, go ahead. Who's left? Ahmed. Ahmed, better read next ayat.
Okay. 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 Where I start from?
Start after 133.
Okay. تلك أمة قد خلت لها ما كسبت ولكم ما كسبتم ولا تسألون عما كانوا يعلمون.
تلك أمة قد خلت لها ما كسبت ولكم ما كسبتم ولا تسألون عما كانوا يعملون. So this was a community which has passed away. It will have what deeds it earned, and you will have what you have earned, and you will not be asked about what they asked to do. So Allah Ta'ala is telling Prophet ﷺ that their forefathers, Yaqub alayhi salam, took a promise from these people that they will stay as Muslims, but they did not. So Allah Ta'ala is saying that this was a community, many these people, Bani Israel, this is a people, this is their forefathers, this was a community which have passed. Many of them have died, many live, and they will get reward on what they earned. Meaning whatever they did, they will get reward on that. If they did good, they will get a good reward. If they did bad, they will get punishment. And not you will be asked about what they used to do. And you, Prophet ﷺ, you won't be responsible. You won't be asked on their deeds. If they're not doing good deeds, it's not your fault. Allah is saying that your job is to convey the message. Your job is to convey the message that Allah has given you, and these people should follow it. If they don't follow it, it's up to them. Because even though their forefathers took a promise and they said, well, they will do it, maybe they did it, afterwards their generations denied it. So this communities you will have, they've passed away, many of them have died, and many of them become Muslim, many did not become Muslim. So they will get on what they earned. Now earning is something on which you effort, right? So on which you make an effort, that's how you earn. You want to earn something for living, you have to get up in the morning, go to job, get a check and all that. So earning is always by doing some effort. So same thing, for us to earn Jannat, we have to earn it. We have to make an effort for that. So Allah is saying, whatever earning they did, they get a reward for that. And if they are going to go, the people who are going to go to Jahannam, they didn't follow Islam, Prophet ﷺ is not liable. You won't be liable for that. Liable meaning they won't. Liable meaning being held for. Yeah. So any question anyone have on this? Akbar. So if there's no question, we're going to wrap it up here at ayat number 134, and we're going to continue from this inshallah in the next class. So we make a dua that Allah Ta'ala help, Allah Ta'ala accept our gathering, Allah Ta'ala help us understand Quran. Allah Ta'ala help us read more. And Allah Ta'ala help us.
Allah Hafiz.
Everyone, so see you.